Hi, my friend, it's Pat Sloan here with my daily video. So our subtopic of organizing today is to come back around to those rulers. So line it up is the topic, and what I need you to do is organize your rulers today. And if I know we've talked about this fairly recently, but I think it's one of those that sometimes can, sort of slip away because we think, oh, well, we'll get to that later. So today is later. If you're going to take this sub-challenge of organizing and you haven't looked at your rulers, I want to show you a few pictures of mine. So I have them in several spots, which is not ideal, but it does work for me. I also have a large group of rulers that I know I'm not using. I need to dig through them and decide, will I use them? Do I want to put them in some longer term storage so they're out of my central space and I could use that space? These that are on the floor over on the other side of my table, I get used a lot. Those are my everyday, multiple times a day when I'm cutting rulers. So those have to stay there, but I don't really want to pile that up with anything else. I just want those 3, sometimes 4 rulers to sit there, and that's it. So I have the one on my tabletop, which is in the Stash and Store, which works really well. So I keep that on that tray with the scrap bucket and my hand lotion. And, there's some other things on scissors and a pen, that kind of stuff. That's all on the tabletop because I'm trying to not have so much stuff on the tabletop so that I can work efficiently. So there you go. That's my ruler situation. And I know that today I won't be going through mine. True confessions, but maybe over this week I might do that because I'm collecting some bags, because remember our sub theme is to be tossing things out this month, and so I need to take the rulers that I'm not ever going to really use and put them in the bags that are going to go off for charity pickup, or go off to my friends who will take it to their guild or their groups that do sewing, whatever, but it'll be out of here and hopefully on to somebody who will use them. All right, let's sit down. I am working on the heart. So let's take a look at that first, because I want to show you what I did. I have the grid work. There you can do, I did the grid work that follows the squares. So what does that mean? That means out here on these 2 edges, well, all 4 edges actually, there is no quilting. I mean, there's no crosshatch. There's just one direction quilting. There is crosshatch. If you're not familiar with what that means, that's where you get the grid following here in the middle. So between the hearts. So you can see there's grids, the grid lines go both ways. Whereas out here, they're just going one way. So I need to mark the grid lines. So what I will do is take my ruler and I will put it, these are 1 inch apart. These are 1 inch squares. So these lines are 1 inch apart. So I will put it on the edge of the square, and then I will take a piece of the tape and I'll probably get a longer piece, or I have this, these are already cut. So I'm just going to put them there. So I can go, and now I have my line to sew on. So I'll be sewing on this side all the way across, and I will make the grid because I want to do the grid all the way out. I mean, it's kind of cute like this where it's just one side, and I think that's totally fine. So if you like that look, you could just end it there. It doesn't have to be a total crosshatch, but this is what I'm going for. This is what I want to do. So I will go the extra steps, and I will do my word of the year. I will do them. And I wanted to show you that while I was sewing these, I did sew on the painter's tape. So this is what happened when I sewed on the painter's tape, and then I just pulled it out from under the edge because I actually had taken this and folded it back around the edge of the quilt. When I had it on here, I had folded it on the back, and then it got caught in the stitching. So I just tore it apart, tore it off. Comes off super easy. I wanted to show you that so it's not like a scary thing that you're like, oh, it won't come off, I'm gonna tape on there forever. No, it'll come off. So If you are making the small quilt today and you have it to the point where you can quilt it, this is one option for quilting it. Pretty soon I am going to get the ones with 3-inch finished squares up on my design wall. I don't know, this week, so that I can start playing around, because I have the selection of fabric I showed you the other day, but I am thinking I might add some other fabrics to it so it's a little bit more scrappy, has a little bit more lights in it, like this one. So when I did this one with my Morrison Park, there's lots of lights and darks and medium tones, so it has a variety, whereas the pool that I have right now that I showed you the other day is just more, it's more darks, only a couple lights, and there weren't really too many in the middle range. So I'm going to hunt around through my fabrics and see what I can find for that. I did get some things done. I actually came down in the morning yesterday and went like, all right, I'm gonna do it. I spent like about 2 hours doing computer work and got like a whole bunch of stuff cleaned up. I decided that for my gallery page, whenever I get binding on something like the Out West I showed you, I put the binding on it. Well, I already showed the picture of Out West for last year, but I want to give myself credit and remember that I did this. You can see I give myself credit, like it's like I'm grading myself, but I want to remember what I did. So I made on my gallery page for 2021, the very last entry is quilted or bindings from quilts shown previously. So if they were already shown in another year, you know, when they were made, then I will mark it there that I worked on them. And so for me, that's a nice tracking method. So it's something extra for me that I can see there what I accomplished when I look at my gallery page down the road. All right, another thing is I had to get, do you remember my Florida quilt? I'm not going to hold it up, it's too big, you'll see it later. I'm not even sure I have a picture of the Florida quilt yet, but I was looking for backing for it. That's the one where I had this aqua color and it's got the strips. I had this aqua, and then I decided, well, I'm going to look around for a backing for that because it's bed size. I'm going to make it for the bed. And I found some older fabric that I had. This is old. It's like a Three Sisters Martinique, for those of you who must know the name. And I thought, okay, this goes well enough with that. So I'll do the backing. And I got this all cut up, and I cut some of the solid, and I ran out of solid, so then I had to order solid, and this just came in as I got ready to film. So now I can finish that backing up, and I actually got a little bit extra because it was you know, the solids are, you never know, gonna need them like this. So now I can finish that and send it to the spa, because I think I'm going to get it heavily quilted. It's in horizontal. I think I'm going to get a heavy quilting in horizontal for it. We'll see what Cindy and Dennis think when they see it and what kind of ideas they have. We usually work together, see what's, you know, I sort of have an idea for what I want, and then they look around, see if there's anything new, or if we just use one of the designs I've done before, that kind of a thing. And I got all the quilting done on the stay home quilt. So this is like a fabulous win. For me, this is a fabulous win to get this one, because my goal is to get the rest of those 2020 quilts quilted. I still have a few that are not quilted. So I did this one, and then I started playing around looking for binding, because apparently I did not have enough of this. I hunted everywhere. No, I only had a little bit of that left. I could not find any more of my sashing here or inner border, which is also the cornerstones. It's the same fabric right here. That is my Bonnie Lane. I couldn't find any, so I had to order a yard of my own Bonnie Lane fabric so that I could finish this up, because I ran out. Because I found this teal. Look down here. I found this teal, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna make that work. I'm gonna put that out here. Let me just fold it up so you can see. I thought, okay, I'm gonna make that work. And the more I had it on there just playing around, I'm like, no, I don't like it. It's very similar to here, but it's more bluey, and it looks really similar, and it's darker, which it would be okay. It would be okay, but I decided not to just be okay. But before I decided that, I cut all of it up. So now I will make this and put it in my binding drawer for hopefully another project one day that I can do that with. And then I have the hanging sleeve ready to put on. So this one, as soon as the binding comes in, that one will get the binding on it. Then I want to go in the drawer over there, and I think the Cozy Things is the next one, because I will baste it and do the same thing. Do this wave on it and get it to the point where it is got enough quilting on it. And then I think there's still, oh, there's still more. There's still more from 2020 that I didn't get done. I'm sending a few to the spa though. Here they come, Cindy. They're coming from the spa. All right, what else do I have here? Okay, I'm going to be working on, whoops. I'm getting the calendar ready. It is not ready yet. It'll be ready before the end of the month, but our calendar for February. And we're definitely going to do the second half of February is UFO finishing challenge. So get ready. If you want to be looking around at your stuff, we'll start on the 16th, February 16th, the day after Valentine's Day. We will, no, 14th, I'm sorry. For the 15th, yeah, 15th. sorry. So the 15th we will start. You'll see it on the calendar when I do the calendar. But if you've got UFOs, if you want to start sort of mulling around that thought, one of our friends over in the community page, Quilt Along with Pat Sloan at Facebook, she was saying that she went through her kits and she's on a quest now to finish them up because she had collected all these kits over the years and hadn't really done a whole lot with them. And it sounds like a lot of them were like table runners and small wall hangings, so she's been enjoying working on those. So if you are a person who has no UFOs, you might look at what your kits are and see for the second half of February, what could you work on for that. All right. And the last thing is, oh, the heart is from here. I meant to show you that in case those of you who have not downloaded your heart pattern yet, you can do that. I'll link you below. So I got my Yoga with Adrienne t-shirt. Da-da-da. She had several artists designing different t-shirts. And so this is the one I picked. I decided to get a yellow one with a little bit of purple. And I have been doing yoga every single day with Adrienne, and also been walking many of the days in January. I couldn't walk all the days. Today that I'm filming, it was cold but not windy, so that was nice. So I'm marking on here whether I have whether it's a sunny day. It is not today. Whether I did the yoga, whether I walked, and I'm keeping track of all of that. Plus, I have, just to inform you, I have not had any more cute Chiquita banana stickers since I started collecting them. So, don't know what happened there. Why'd they stop? All right, my friend. All the links are below. Please subscribe, so go ahead and click that for me. We're getting close to 50,000. I just can't believe it. After all these years, it'd be so exciting to hit 50,000. If I ever get to 100,000, YouTube sends me a plaque. They send me a plaque. I was like, I want to get that. Okay, I love you. See you online.